Here with James, AK, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Wildbunch. So, James, what exactly is the Wildbunch, and who is the Wildbunch?
Well, all right. First of all, back in the days in Brownsville, this is Brownsville, Brooklyn. You got a lot of legends out there. Shout out to all the legends out there, all the OGs out there, the ones who survived the 80s, the 70s, the 60s, or whatever. But the Wildbunch basically was a softball team that was created by my best friend's father, Big Donnie. Donnie Smallwood, Big Donnie. He was a hustler back in the days or whatever. To me, the first real multi-millionaire, hustler. But he wasn't the regular type of hustler. He's a guy that you didn't really feel like that. He gave back to the community, took us, he took everybody everywhere with him. You know what I mean? That's just who he was. But he had a softball team that he called the Wildbunch. That was the name of the team. So the Wildbunch actually gained a lot of notoriety and fame, throughout all the boroughs in New York because of a lot of things that used to happen when you violated against Big Donnie. The Wildbunch would come after you and you would get touched with a few baseball bats, basically. You know what I mean? But we're not going to go there. But basically, the legacy of the Wildbunch was basically him giving back to the neighborhood and giving the youth something to do, besides being in the streets and stuff like that. So he had the Wildbunch softball team. Now, my boy, his son, Donnie Jr., actually took it to another level. As you can see, we got the Wildbunch football, Wildbunch entertainment, Wildbunch boxing apparel, you name it, that we got everything, even female Wildbunch bikinis. We got everything like that. So that's who the Wildbunch is, basically.
All right. So what's your most memorable experience with the Wildbunch?
Oh, man. Where do I start? I guess I would say the trips upstate, like Bear Mountain, Great Adventure, Six Flags. But one of my favorite, street memories, when the scooters first came out, he went and bought the whole team, every color and every style of a scooter. You had the 80, the 125s, and the Helix. This one from the smallest to the biggest. And me and his son, Donnie, we used to go up the hill and go in front of the store, to his father's store. And he would just come out and running outside with like 2 or 3 keys. He's like, "Yo, catch the keys, let's go." And then his dad would come outside, "Donnie, come back here." And then we'd be out with like 5 scooters. We'd be out and we would just ride all over. And everybody knew those guys with the scooters right there, that's the Wildbunch right there. I wasn't in the Wildbunch, but as associated, basically, like you see, okay, if you saw those scooters and you saw me with Donnie, you already knew, like, okay, that's Wildbunch family right there. You know what I mean? So that's what I remember about the Wildbunch. It was great times. Shout out to my boy, Donnie Smallwood Jr., still doing his thing. He wrote a book about his father, The Dementias of a Brownsville Millionaire, Wildbunch, featuring his father, Donnie Smallwood Sr. Go cop that book. It's out on Amazon. Stay safe out there. Stay safe out there. In the words of my boy, a.k.a. Shy Lil Donnie, Wildbunch. We out.